name is Sergeant Daniel Tiromwe, and right now you are most welcome to the Equator line, which is known as Kikorongo Equator line. It is within Queen Elizabeth National Park, and when you are coming from the north part of the park, in the national parks of Rwenzori and Chibale and Murchison, this is where you find the iconic imaginary line known to be the equator. So at the moment behind me is the monument, which is a monument that is a new art. We formerly had an old monument, but currently this is the new monument that everybody has turned to be a stopover within Queen Elizabeth National Park. So we furthermore encourage anyone not to pass this highway minus stopping, because Uganda Wildlife Authority currently has taken over the control to give information about the ecosystem services that we offer within Queen Elizabeth National Park. And these ecosystem services ranges from the game drives that we offer, to the guided nature walks that we offer, the boat cruises that we offer. At the same time, we have got lion tracking, we have got leopard tracking, that is all being done within Queen Elizabeth National Park. And right now, at the equator, you can see the brightness, and that tells you that it is the line that divides the Earth into two. And that is, we have the northern hemisphere and we have the southern hemisphere. And being at the latitude of 0 degrees, it tells you that there is a lot that is not taken for granted in as far as discoveries are concerned. So that tells you that researchers, philosophers, explorers have a lot they share about the equator. And if we can go back to philosophy, between the 17th century and the 18th century, there are very many discoverers, explorers, who were able to look at how, of an importance the equator would be. And when it comes to the tech or the technology, we've come to know that when people are launching the aircrafts, when the people are doing the ballistics within the world, that is the trajectories, when they're, focusing at the right targets of the guns, they also consider the importance of the equator and its existence. And there are very many theories that you are able to learn when you're at this equator. And one of the theories that you're able to learn when you're here is that you're in position to know what can happen in the southern hemisphere and what can happen in the northern hemisphere using experiments like one of the apparatus that is just close to me, and all that is learnt when you come at the equator. And to schools that are within the region, we also encourage you, make sure that you bring your pupils, make sure that you bring your students, make sure that both primary, kindergarten, and universities, make sure that you come and bring, because this is a study area that you should not miss within the national park. Currently, we are not charging any money because we want the people, the local people, the tourists, the internationals, and whoever will be passing should make a stop over here to have a feel that the national park is offering these services to them at a free cost. We thank the government of the Republic of Uganda, and that is the Ministry of Wildlife and Antiquities, and in partnership with the line ministry, which is the UTB, that has been in position to do all this grateful work of coming up with this new monument. And I believe in partnership with Uganda Wildlife Authority, we will be good to preserve it, to conserve it, to make sure that it is neat, it is clean, and the place is secure, and at the end of the day, everybody will feel he is at home because of this monument. I'm encouraging everybody within the country to make sure that you come and view, have the best of it when you are at the equator. So right now, if you can point at where there is that escalator, that is the southern hemisphere where I am I'm stepping. And if I can walk, this is where we have got the equator. And that tells you that the earth is divided here, and this is where we have got the 0 degrees latitude. And if I can walk to this other side right now, that is showing us the northern hemisphere. So there is the effect that you can learn when it comes to the theories like the Coriolis effect that tells you that there is always elements of diffracting to the right when you're in the northern hemisphere, and there is always that effect of the Coriolis effect, that there is the diffraction of within the southern hemisphere. So all that you're able to learn it, and you're in a position to know it when you have come to visit the equator, which is here at Kikorongo. Welcome to the equator, and welcome to Queen Elizabeth National Park. That is what happens at the equator. That is on 21st March and 31st of September. That is when you stand at the equator and you find your body weight less than a kilometer. There is what we call the centrifugal forces that are always found at the equator, and you're in a position to find that you cannot see your shadow on that very day. To know all that, that is when you can come visit us, and we share with you all those stories, and you'll be in position to go with a package in relation to other activities that you would have done within Queen Elizabeth National Park.
In the south, only the Galapagos species try to cross to the north, but most of the penguins are in the Antarctic, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, all in the south. So as it spins now, you see it turn anti-clockwise. So this tells you you have crossed from the northern hemisphere, you are now in the southern hemisphere. Yes. So the Coriolis force applies to aeroplanes, bullets, rockets, missiles, artillery. Aeroplanes in the north, veer to the right, in the south to the left. It's called the jet stream. So now you're welcome to the equator line.
Now.
So the line was first discovered 1700 years back. There were Frenchmen in Ecuador. Ecuador is a Spanish word for equator. So there are countries, equator. It continues to Colombia, Brazil. In Africa, Sao Tome and Principe, Gabon, Congo Brazzaville, DRC Congo, Uganda, Kenya, Somalia. In Asia, Maldives, Kiribati, Singapore, Indonesia, and Malaysia. The circumference is 40,077 kilometers. You stand here on the equinox day, you won't see your shadow. The sun will be right on your head. It happens 21st of March, 23rd September, and those 2 dates mark the beginning of rainy season. That's when the sun is crossing from one hemisphere to another. That's why we have rainy seasons in March and September. Still on the line, you weigh lighter. 1 kg is off your weight. Centrifugal forces make you lighter here. You are far away from the center of gravity than the poles. So it's kind of spinning, but the speed is not as in the north and the south. So the reason it don't make those continuous spins is the same reason cyclones and tornadoes never cross the equator. They are deflected to the right in the north, to the left in the south. So in Uganda. So hurricanes and tornadoes only hit countries near the poles where spinning is strong. So thank God you're born in the Pearl of Africa. No hurricanes, no tornadoes in your motherland because of the equator line. So we shall continue to the north and see and show this. So let's continue to the north. So right here in the north, we demonstrate to you a force caused by the Earth's rotation. It is called the Coriolis force. So Coriolis was a Frenchman. He's the one who discovered this. So he said objects attached to the Earth's surface, like hurricanes, giant storms, when they are spinning in the north, they spin anti-clockwise. But here now the water is not attached to the Earth's surface, it spins clockwise in the north. So as you can see, the leaves are turning clockwise. So that tells you are in the northern hemisphere because the Coriolis force deflects objects to the right. So this is not only shown using this. In another experiment, they use a pendulum. It is also named after a Frenchman. It's called the Foucault. So you release a Foucault pendulum in the north, it also turns clockwise. You find it in museums and science universities showing you the same thing. So we name the Bowel polar bears. They only stay on the North Pole, and the word Arctic comes from a Greek word Arctos, meaning bears, then Antarctic, no bears. Thank you so much.